I'm able to share with all of you my passion, what moves me. As I said, I grew up between El Salvador and Panama back in the 80s, like right in the middle of the Civil War, if you are old enough to remember that political turmoil. And yeah, we were in the, I grew up in, this was the context. And that was me at 9 years old, wanted to be an actress, wanted to go to do music, wanted to do musical theater. And my parents met in the US because they were very bright and got scholarships. That's why my mom is from Panama, my dad is from El Salvador. And I also got scholarships to study film and television in Havana, Cuba. So I did college there and some advanced musical theater studies in Mexico. And love brought me to the US. And whenever I was like, oh, we have to go to Boston because Berkeley is there, and I want to go to Berkeley because I want to be famous. So I didn't get into Berkeley because I never had like a formal music preparation, but I took a bunch of classes, and every professor said to me, but what's your story, Yes, you sing beautifully, you sing like Liza Minnelli, like you have that musical theater presence, but what's your story? So that's when I start writing my music, or get all the poems and writings that I had in my journals. And I was, doing music as a family engagement tool in the public schools in Somerville. And, I brought the guitar and engaged families. And my boss at that time, they had an opening, and they said, oh, we have an opening for a family liaison. You won't be singing all the time, but you surely can bring your guitar and just to engage families. And if you work in Cambridge, you also know that Somerville is highly diverse. It's like 72 languages, it's like 52 ethnicities, it's just very diverse. So that was almost 15 years ago, and it completely changed my life, because I started making music with immigrant families, and now we have an album that is coming up in May, and the album is called Be the Change. And we wrote that song during the pandemic because we couldn't see each other, we couldn't sing together, so we were texting back and forth through WhatsApp. And talking about service, anyone will think that, I always talk to young people and say, well, what's your passion? What makes you get up in the morning? Like, if you have to wake up at 5 a.m., what will get you out of the bed besides coffee? And I asked myself that question again, and anyone could think that, oh, if I had to, sing the anthem or sing one of my songs, I would be happy getting up at 4:30 in the morning, of course, to do my makeup and, dress up. But what really gets me out of the bed is service. And I'm very honored to be a public servant, because there's no greater honor for me or for any human being, because if we don't take care of one another, who will? If we don't help one another.